Chapter 1: The Arrival. The clanging of heavy metal doors echoes down the stark gray corridors, punctuating the oppressive silence of the maximum security prison. In the background, muffled shouts linger, embodying a world defined by confinement and conflict. As the auditory assault unfolds, a calm, reflective narrator weaves in, introducing the documentary, Behind the Bars: Echoes of Redemption. This project moves beyond the stereotypes of criminals to delve into the hearts and minds of those incarcerated, revealing their dreams, regrets, and aspirations for redemption. Listeners are invited to experience the raw, visceral reality of prison life, where each moment is tinged with struggle and hope. Through distant radio static and the soft patter of footsteps, we begin to grasp the heaviness of existence behind bars, a place where the resilience of the human spirit battles against despair. The stage is set for an intimate exploration of the transformative journey awaiting the inmates. Chapter 2: Meet Jimmy. As we delve into the life of James Jimmy Torres, the haunting clank of metal bars creates an oppressive backdrop to his story. Once a passionate high school teacher, Jimmy now finds himself serving time for a crime he insists was a desperate act of self-defense. In a series of poignant diary entries, his voice emerges, raw and vulnerable, expressing his battle with depression, guilt, and a profound longing for forgiveness. With every stroke of the pen, he reveals a man grappling with the weight of his actions, haunted by the shadows of regret. Jimmy's love for teaching lingers, intertwining with memories of guiding students' lives and shaping futures he can no longer touch. His desire to reclaim his identity echoes through the walls of the prison, illuminating the path toward redemption. In the silence that follows, we are left to ponder: can redemption truly be found behind bars? Chapter 3: Meet Nina Caldwell. Nina Caldwell, a vibrant 29-year-old mother, reflects on the decisions that led her to a maximum security prison. Convicted for a non-violent drug offense, she grapples with the heartbreak of separation from her two young children. In her heartfelt diary entries, Nina shares her regrets and fears, the weight of her choices pressing heavily on her heart. "I think about their laughter every day," she confesses, her voice tinged with longing. Each written word is a bridge to her past life, one filled with birthday parties and bedtime stories. Yet, amid the pain, there's a flicker of hope. "I dream of being free again, of holding them tight," she writes, casting a vision of a future she desperately wants to reclaim. As ambient sounds of the prison echo in the background, Nina's story becomes a poignant reminder of the enduring bond between parent and child, illuminating her quest for redemption and reinvention. Chapter 4: Meet Marcus Steele Johnson. The voice of Marcus Steele Johnson echoes through the prison corridors, a blend of gravel and resilience shaped by years of struggle. At 45, Steele embodies the complexity of life behind bars, a hardened exterior masking vulnerability. Raised in a neighborhood where loyalty was currency, his path led to armed robbery, a choice made in moments of desperation that left scars deeper than any prison tattoo. Through his reflections, Steele shares raw stories of betrayal and camaraderie, revealing how friendships form in the unlikeliest of places. In solitary moments, he contemplates the concept of honor among thieves, values that once defined him, but now seem tangled in regret. The ambient sounds of laughter and whispered secrets from cellmates juxtapose the harsh realities of confinement, reminding him of the family he lost. Yet, beneath the tough facade lies a flicker of hope, a desire for change, redemption, and a second chance to define his legacy. Chapter 5: A Day in the Life. In the heart of the maximum security prison, the day begins as the metal clang of locked doors resonates through the corridors, marking the start of another day behind bars. Morning roll call echoes in the stark hallways, where inmates shuffle in lines, some whispering to one another, while others remain lost in their thoughts. Listeners are drawn into the rhythmic sounds of breakfast, the clattering of plastic trays, the slosh of watery oatmeal, and the faint chatter of cellmates sharing stories and laughter. As the day unfolds, the voices of Jimmy, Nina, and Steele emerge against a backdrop of distant shouts and the monotony of prison life. Each recounts their daily routines: exercise in the yard, attending mandatory classes, and navigating the complex social hierarchies within the institution. Amid the harsh reality of their environment, The trio finds brief moments of connection and camaraderie, reminding one another that even behind bars, humanity can still endure. Chapter 6. Looking Back. As the sun casts its fading light through the barred windows, Jimmy reflects on the life he once knew, stirring memories of joy and purpose. "I was a teacher," he recalls, his voice tinged with nostalgia. With each diary entry, he revisits the classroom filled with laughter, the moments when knowledge ignited curiosity in his students' eyes, and the pride in shaping young minds. Yet the abrupt end of that chapter haunts him. He grapples with the haunting realization that a moment of desperation shattered his dreams and altered his identity. Nina, clutching her diary, pens heartfelt reflections of her life as a devoted mother. "I miss their laughter," she writes, her words spilling over with regret and love. She recalls baking cookies with her children and reading bedtime stories, each memory a bittersweet reminder of the distance created by her incarceration. Both inmates find solace in their pasts, using these reflections to guide their paths toward redemption. Chapter 7. The Politics of Survival. In the unforgiving landscape of maximum security prison, survival is an unspoken game, governed by intricate rules and shifting alliances. Jimmy, Nina, and Steele share their insights on navigating this complex environment, where loyalty can mean the difference between safety and chaos. Jimmy recounts moments of tension in the lunch line, where a misplaced glance can ignite conflict. Nina reflects on the fragile friendships she's forged, illustrating how kindness can be a rare commodity. Meanwhile, Steele, with his hardened exterior, reveals the code of conduct that governs interactions among inmates, an intricate dance of trust and betrayal, where the wrong move can land you in trouble. Their narratives illustrate the fragile social hierarchies that dictate daily life, demonstrating the resilience of the human spirit in the face of adversity. Each inmate's story underscores the necessity of forging connections, while also learning the harsh realities of trust and betrayal in the quest for survival behind bars. Chapter 8. Moments of Introspection. In the stillness of the prison's night, echoes of vulnerability emerge from the hearts of our three inmates. Jimmy, clutching his diary, delves deep into the memory of his teaching days, where he saw knowledge as a lifeline for many. "Education has the power to set a soul free," he whispers, reflecting on the students he wishes he could guide. Meanwhile, Nina sits at a weathered table, penning letters to her children. Each stroke carries the weight of her love and the pain of separation. "Every day I think of your smiles, the dreams we once had," she writes, struggling to balance hope with the guilt that haunts her. Across the yard, Steele watches his peers with a heavy heart, contemplating the unwritten rules of loyalty he once lived by. "What honor is left in a life built on betrayal?" he muses, questioning the values that defined his past, while seeking a path toward redemption. Chapter 9. The Introduction of Change. As the prison buzzes with the routine sounds of daily life, an unexpected announcement reverberates through the hallways, a new rehabilitation program aimed at fostering hope and skills among inmates. Initial skepticism rises like a low murmur. Many here have seen programs come and go, leaving little impact. Voices echo with doubt, questioning whether anything can genuinely change within these walls. Amidst this uncertainty, whispers of possibility begin to circulate. Staff members, fueled by optimism, share the program's goals, teaching vocational skills, promoting emotional expression through art, and providing mentorship for reintegration into society. The murmurs of skepticism gradually give way to cautious curiosity. For Jimmy, Nina, and Steele, this announcement becomes a turning point. An opportunity stirs within them, flickering like a candle in the dark. Hope reshapes their narratives, igniting the first spark of transformation and infusing the air with a palpable sense of anticipation. Chapter 10. Art Therapy in Action. The atmosphere inside the prison's art room is a stark contrast to the harshness outside. Here, brushes and canvases offer inmates a rare escape from their daily struggles. The soft sounds of soothing music blend with the swishing of paint and the murmurs of creativity. Jimmy stands at a canvas, his heart pouring out through vivid strokes, reflecting on his past and his dreams. As he paints, he shares, "Art lets me express what words can't." Nina, beside him, crafts a scene of a sunny park where she imagines playing with her children. "This is where I want to be when I get out," she whispers, eyes glistening with hope. Steele, initially skeptical, finds solace in sculpting clay, shaping it with newfound care. I never thought I could create something instead of just taking, he admits. In this moment, the healing power of art transforms their pain into promise, igniting a shared sense of purpose and renewal in their lives. Chapter 11. Vocational Training. As the sun rises over the prison yard, the clang of a metal gate signifies a new opportunity for growth. Inmate voices mingle with the sounds of machinery as a vocational training program kicks off. Jimmy, with renewed purpose, embraces the classroom setting, passionately engaging in lessons on educational methods and adult learning. Teaching is where I feel alive, he shares in a reflective moment, recalling his former life. Across the room, Nina immerses herself in a culinary course, hopeful that the skills she acquires will lead to a fresh start outside. I want to cook meals for my children, she confides, embodying a mother's love wrapped in determination. Amid the hum of saws and conversation, Steele surprises himself by exploring woodworking. Crafting something from nothing gives me hope, he admits, hinting at the possibility of a transformed identity. Throughout the training, camaraderie blossoms as inmates support each other in their quest for a brighter future. Chapter 12. Transformational Moments. As the rehabilitation program takes hold within the prison, a shift begins to manifest among the inmates, particularly for Steele. Once hardened by years of street life, he finds himself reflecting on the weight of his choices. In intimate conversations with fellow inmates, Steele starts to embrace vulnerability, recognizing that true strength lies not in bravado, but in accountability. He shares his journey, recounting how mentoring younger inmates has sparked a sense of purpose he never anticipated. Meanwhile, Jimmy and Nina experience their own epiphanies. Jimmy uses art as a way to reconnect with his passion for teaching, while Nina's newfound confidence flourishes through vocational training. As they share their stories in group therapy, the atmosphere becomes charged with hope and camaraderie. In these pivotal moments, they begin to see not just the shadows of their pasts, but the potential for brighter futures, igniting a collective determination to break free from the cycle of despair. Chapter 13. Family Perspectives. As the inmates grapple with their inner transformations, the narrative shifts to the perspectives of those outside the prison walls, family members, psychologists, and prison staff. Through heartfelt interviews, we hear from Nina's mother, who shares the pain of separation from her grandchildren, expressing hope for Nina's return and the chance to rebuild their family. A prison psychologist offers insights into the emotional toll of incarceration, emphasizing the critical role family support plays in an inmate's journey toward redemption. Meanwhile, Jimmy's best friend reflects on the sacrifices made in their friendship since the incident, revealing a complex mix of love, disappointment, and ongoing support. Steele's longtime mentor shares memories of their shared past and hopes for his future. These voices intertwine with the inmates' stories, illustrating the profound impact of incarceration on familial bonds and highlighting the power of second chances as they all prepare for a possible new beginning.